This is a pomegranate tree, by the way. James Brett has convinced hundreds of tribal chiefs that the fruit could be more lucrative than opium, which earns Afghanistan more than £1 billion a year. So, can one-man scheme stop the world's biggest heroin producer? James Brett is with me now. James, on the face of it, would seem like an impossible task, getting heroin production stopped in Afghanistan.
Yeah, it may do, but you know, with this project POM354, if you recognise the awareness, the support, and the growth of the pomegranate, and with the industrial, the industrial growth of it, the consumer industry with the different product ranges, it ties in well with the farmers to work alongside them to adjust from pomegranate.
How do the economics stack up for the farmers?
The official figures of the United Nations and the Afghan government say that $122 per dried kilo of opium is what the farmers received in 2007, and if you work out this roughly 15 kilos of opium to an acre, and you can grow between 150 to 200 pomegranate trees per an acre. Economically, the actual farmers, the people on the ground actually, planting the pomegranate trees, it's economically
so they do more through pomegranates than they would.
Yeah.
So how does your scheme work?
Basically, there's lots of angles to the scheme. Obviously there'd be a mass planting program which would create jobs. We have a range of products that I've developed since 1999 when I first started working with pomegranates. That can be globalised. We'll have to install factories, processing plants, and all the rest of it. There's also the whole corporate sector around the world on a policy of endorsement, where people, for example, who've got their own product ranges out with pomegranate or with pomegranate can put the POM354 logo on their products. For example, there's the first company's production of one that we're starting with in 6 weeks' time. They're going to put POM354 on their drink. If someone buys one can of their drink, that's 3 less poppies in Afghanistan that will be grown, which is 1 less injection on the streets of any country where that drink's sold.
And you found actually a lot of tribal chiefs welcome this. Is that right? You've wandered round Afghanistan, and
yes,
there is interest in doing that.
Yeah, no, I've already had. We held a jirga with 400 tribal elders in Nangarhar province, and they were all very positive and want the project to start. There's tribal elders of another 4 provinces waiting to talk about it. It's clear that this project could be across the whole of Afghanistan and also extended into the federally administered tribal area, which is where the Khyber Pass is.
In Pakistan.
In Pakistan, yeah.
I can see one problem though. All right, the farmers make money out of it, probably more money than they make from growing drugs or growing opium, growing poppies. The trouble is that there are a lot of other people in Afghanistan making a fortune out of the drugs trade, and they won't make that money out of pomegranates.
No, that's right, and I've already requested with tribal elders if there's any access to the different people involved in that, because the tribal system's quite, it's a broad spectrum across Afghanistan. It's all interlinked and pretty complex. I'd like to open communication talks with these people and discuss how it could work to adjust.
Do you think that's possible, though? I mean, these are very tough operators, and they put a lot of pressure on farmers to get what they want.
Yeah, there's a lot of strength for the tribal elders. Out with Kabul, the tribal system's quite a strong element, and if the right people back this project, then the communication can start, and we can discuss how it can be adjusted, to work.
How quickly could you do this? Do you think? How quickly could you get full-scale pomegranate production in Afghanistan?
At the moment, we're looking at governmental support. All governments, really, it needs to be a united effort. Governments, royal families, I'm waiting for appointments with certain royal families now around the world, and also, as I said, the corporate element as well. If the private sector and governmental bodies, anti-narcotics funds, and royal families, celebrities, if we all join together and do this, we can make this stance, no problem.
All right, James Brett, and your pomegranate jacket and your pomegranate tree. Thank you very much indeed. Thank you.
Thanks.
Well, that's all from World News Today. I'll be back for